how are you all? Well, students, we are here to study a new chapter, chapter number 8, organic compounds and organic chemistry. Here in this chapter, we will study about the carbon and carbon related compounds, their introduction, isomers, homologous series, simple nomenclature, hydrocarbons, alkane, alkenes and alkynes, their general formula, methods of preparations, and alcohol, phenols and ethers, their preparation, properties and uses, carboxylic acids and their uses, properties, physical and chemical properties, etc. So let's start the chapter. The first heading is terms, sources and importance of organic compounds. You know that Lavoisier classified substances into organic, that are vegetable and animal origin, and inorganic. Sir Berzelius in 1800 stated that a vital force was necessary for producing organic compounds, and Wohler, name of the scientist Wohler, 1828, he first proved that natural vital force theory wrong by synthesizing its used. Now organic chemistry, it is the chemistry of specific carbon compounds. That means in organic chemistry you will study about the carbons and carbon related compounds. Now hydrocarbon means the organic compounds which are made up of carbon and hydrogen, like methane, ethane, butane, pentane, propane, etc. The natural sources of organic compounds, that are carbohydrates, acids, proteins and urea. These are the examples of the organic compounds. These are formed by the plants, animals and various products of plants. Now importance of organic compounds. So organic compounds are very important for the food, for making the dyes, for clothing, like fuels and as the medicines. Now unique nature of carbon at first you will study. So carbon has a tetravalency. Students, you know that carbon shows the tetravalency. That means carbon can join 4 hydrogens by single atom of carbon. That means it is tetravalent. Now carbon forms 4 covalent bonds by mutual sharing of its 4 electrons with other atoms. How can you say that carbon is tetravalent and it shows the tetravalency? Actually, carbon neither can lose its 4 electrons nor it can gain the 4 electrons. That's why for fulfill their octet, this carbon will share their electrons by another atoms, and that property of carbon is called the tetravalency, and on the basis of this property carbon is called the tetravalent. Okay, now catenation. What is catenation? Students, you know that carbon have the tendency to make the long chain of identical atoms, like this carbon may join this, and again this carbon can join from another carbons. These all carbons are same. Here carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, each and everything is carbon. So it can make a long chain, and this property of the carbon is called the catenation. Okay, now catenation is maximum in carbon, since the value of carbon-carbon bond energy is maximum. Thus carbon undergoes self-linking, forming straight, branched and closed chains. See here, this is the straight chain, this is branch chain and closed chain is given here. This is the example of benzene C6H6. This is called the benzene. Now, catenation property and tetravalency also results in formation of single, double or triple bonds. See here, this one is showing single bond, this structure shows double bond, and this structure shows the triple bond. Now, forms isomers, you know carbon forms isomers. So organic compounds, same molecular formula but different structural formula. That means, what are the isomers? That compounds which shows the same structural formula, same molecular formula but different structural formula, that both compound which will called isomers of each other, and this property is called the isomerization. Now, next thing is organic and inorganic compounds. Students, you know that the compounds which contains carbon, that are called the organic compounds, and the compounds which are not related to the carbon are called the inorganic compounds. So composition contains few elements like this, and inorganic compounds, all elements are there. Organic compounds have covalent nature and inorganic compounds shows electrovalent nature. Melting point and boiling point of organic compounds are low. Why? Because they form the covalent bond, and this covalent bond is weaker than the electrovalent bond. That's why melting point and boiling point is lower in organic compounds. Now, next topic is solubility in water. So, organic compounds are insoluble in water, but inorganic compounds are soluble. But in case of organic solvents, these organic compounds are soluble and inorganic compounds are insoluble. Now, conductivity of electricity. So, organic compounds are non-conductors, but inorganic compounds are good conductors. In combustibility, this organic compound is combustible and also volatile, but inorganic compounds are not combustible and non-volatile. Now, catenation and isomerization, that means making the isomers, this is exhibited into organic compounds but not exhibited into inorganic compounds. Clear? Now, classification of organic compounds. You know that hydrocarbons that contains carbons and hydrogens, they are classified into two categories. First one is saturated hydrocarbon and second is unsaturated hydrocarbons. So, saturated hydrocarbons actually in which carbon valency is fulfilled on the basis of only single bonds, where there will be single bond between the carbon and carbon, that is called the saturated compounds. And if there will double or triple bond between the carbons, so that is called the unsaturated compounds. Okay, so saturated compounds are called the alkane, and unsaturated, either double bonded or triple bonded, both are called the unsaturated, and double bonded are called the alkenes and triple bonded are called the alkynes. So here, and aliphatic open chain compound, aliphatic open chain compounds are saturated and unsaturated, but cyclic closed chain compounds, they will be homocyclic or heterocyclic. Homo means same, that means in homocyclic there will be similarity like the benzene, and that are the aromatic compounds, and in heterocyclic compounds they are aromatic in nature, example pyridine. Now, our next topic is the homologous series. So here in our next video we will discuss about the homologous series. Till then, thank you.